Hey, what's up, guys? But obviously football is returning, so there's a lot for us to talk about. So we're going to chop it up, man. That's what we do. We talk about football. Team football is coming back. We obviously need to come back. Kaya's eating there. But hi, let's get it, man.
How's it, guys? It's been a long time. I guess this is a way of life for this year. I think there will be a lot of social distancing for the whole world, per se. So I think this is.
Except for America. In America, they've got a lot going on, bro. Like, yeah, it's a
Uh,
lot.
uh, I guess 2020 is a year that we'll remember for a while, hey? It's a
Yeah,
glitch. Like,
it all started with Liverpool social distancing on top of the league. So I mean,
That's the problem, bro. That's the problem. Everything was fine until the Scousers decided they want to win the league. Why mess with balance, bro? Why?
and dude, we had to do it in such a way that it was guaranteed. And the world just had to just go upside down. But anyway, are you guys doing? Kaya, you good? It's been a while, man.
I mean, all good, bro. No stress.
And you, sir?
Hyatt here.
Nah, I'm
Oh,
cool.
sorry.
I'm cool. I'm cool, my friend.
Yeah, you're
So guys,
carry on.
let's get into this. So football's coming back. Your guys' thoughts? Should it come back? Are you happy it's back? Whatever.
I don't know, man. I was excited in general, but after watching those few Bundesliga, it's so like I don't know, man. It's like you're watching indoor soccer. Do you know what I mean? Like you're kind of happy that it's football, but like you hearing players scream, pass, pass. It's so weird, bro. Like I don't know. Like I feel like fans being at stadiums is one of the most underrated things, and we obviously took it for granted because it's something that we've always had. Do you understand? And we didn't see how big it was. And if you look at the if you look at the Bayern versus Borussia game, like it was, dude, it was so boring. Like, and I think merely based on the fact that because the players can't get hyped because they don't have, you know how fans hype players, man. Like they honestly,
It's more like a practice match type of setup.
yeah, exactly, man, exactly. But I guess we'll take what we're given. What can we do, man?
Now for my side, guy. Now for my side, honestly, I believe it shouldn't have come back. They should have just named Liverpool the champion. The reason I want it back is because I want to officially be a count. But other than that, honestly, I agree. Football with no fans, it's like I wouldn't hear "You'll Never Walk Alone." I wouldn't hear them sing the Firmino song, to hype them. The Salah running down the wing. I wouldn't hear that.
Bruh.
It would be boring. You
And
understand?
those things are those things are very important. You know what I mean? We want to hear the chants. You want to hear, like you said, the "You Never Walk Alone" chant. We want to hear the 20 times because we're going to be singing it a lot. Now that you bastards are going to have 19 titles, now we have to sing that 20 times even harder. Do you understand? And it like and it's so real. Like it's so real. Like because as I was watching it, like I literally switched off and I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. Like it's not working out for me. Because it's just yeah. They should have just named Liverpool the champions name. Just like follow in like the League One and all the other leagues.
So what do you guys think about the whole blow up doors in the stands? I mean, there was even talk about even mimicking as if the fans are there via the speakers and whatnot. Would that make it better or
no?
Guys, what the Chinese did, that's wrong. You can't put in sex dolls there. That's perverted. You understand? That is flipping wrong, guys. In whatever way, that is wrong, all right? But with the sounds, I think everybody will able to feel how Man City plays now with the fans sound out.
Yeah.
I agree with the sound. Sometimes we need it. Not all the time. I don't know. It was the BVB and Bayern game where they played fans in the beginning of the game or something where they made sound.
Yeah, they did. They actually started
and they stopped. But a little bit of there it's needed. But blow up doors, no. Guys.
So Mr. Producer Trevor, now Arsenal, you want to see them back or not?
Don't poke the bear. Just don't poke the bear.
No, guys, talking about fans, I don't know if you guys are aware, but I read a stat yesterday where out of the 32 games that played in Bundesliga in Germany, only six home teams have won. So after yesterday, 7 with Bayern. So teams that have won. So do you think having no fans is affecting the home teams? Guys, that's a big
Definitely,
stat. That's
definitely, bro.
big. Eh?
Because you having majority of the fans there is actually what makes it a home match. Do you understand? Like
Yeah.
I see the stadium and all that stuff, but like your when like 80% of the supporters on the stands are yours. Do you understand? Like it's a real thing that the supporters are a 12th man. It's real because they can actually lift player morale. That's why you see what's his name, Simeone. Simeone uses the fans a lot. Like that's one guy that's always saying, "Hey, yo, get involved." You understand? He's always telling the fans, "Get involved, get involved, get involved." And it boosts player morale. Do you understand? It boosts because like these guys. I think when I was watching that match, a lot of the times those guys were switching off. Like especially the Borussia players, they were switching off. Like it was like they forgot that they're actually in a competitive match. And like Kaya said, it was like training for them because like you get guys strolling around the park and it was like so weird. And I think because they haven't played in such a long time, also, it's very strange for them just to pick up where they left off as opposed to starting a new season. Do you understand?
But
So
but then
That's
again,
what.
so can I ask something? Not to interrupt, sorry guys. The game before that, BVB had a master class where they beat the team 4-0. I think that was their first game. Like they didn't look like they were from preseason or something where they were just scoring goals. Then
because they
only
were
they
playing with
switch off against Bayern. So
who were they
is
playing
it
against?
But
That's
I don't know if
that's
you
another
guys saw
thing.
Schalke's lost all the games coming back. So I don't know if it's big up to Borussia or Schalke's just that bad.
Nah,
such as Everton or Bundesliga?
wow. Okay.
But anyway, guys, so the big one's coming back. The EPL is coming back. Let me go first. Obviously, I wouldn't have wanted it to come back, but okay, so it's all good. Give Liverpool the league, so it's coming back, so Liverpool can get the league. Oh, hoo-ha. But for me, I don't know. This is gonna feel like a pre-season type of setup more than finishing the rest of the league off. There's really no point other than just giving Liverpool the league.
But I think with the EPL it's a bit different. Do you understand? It's a bit different. Outside of just giving Liverpool the league, there is so much math and drama within that league in itself. That who will play in Champions League, who gets relegated. A lot of these leagues are like, there's like two teams that really have to be decided against. You understand? Like they were just trying to decide. I feel like they could stop the Bundesliga right now because it's done. I mean, Bayern are going to win it. Like, it's done. It's finished. But with regards to the EPL, even if they did decide, let's give Liverpool the league. Giving Liverpool the league, Liverpool are winning the league. But then what happens in Champions League? Like, what happens then?
Who's in the
Who's
top
supposed
four
to?
now?
Whoever's in the top four now? Nah, but that's. I mean, that's unfair considering the fact that if you actually look at it, if you're thinking from a game merit, do you understand? From a game merit, a lot of teams are gonna have like, Chelsea still have to play Liverpool. Whoever still has to play this. Whoever still has to play this. We still have to play Spurs. You know what I mean? So it's very difficult. And with regards to teams that would have saved themselves from relegation, is it fair for them to get relegated?
Yeah, but I get you. But there's something I want to ask you about, which for me is quite exciting. Had there been no break in the league would have been over by now, and probably we would not have seen what Pogba and Bruno would have done together with McTominay back, because of the injuries. But with the league coming back now and everybody coming back from injuries and so forth, how as a Man United fan excited, like we get a glimpse of something that we probably could have not seen. Maybe Real Madrid would have given for Pogba or whatever. But now at least you've got a few games that you can see if what would have been or what is going to be the following seasons if the board holds out.
Yeah, I mean that's the plus side of it. We obviously as Man United fans, we've always wanted to see that combination between Bruno and Pogba. And Pogba is back. But for me, it's not really like outside of that, outside of seeing them play together. I feel like Man United were at before the league ended, was stopped. I mean, Man United were in a good space. You understand? They had caught momentum. Bruno had brought about a very positive energy into the team. Martial was scoring for fun. Obviously, it's a positive that Rashford and Pogba are back. I mean, they're quality players. You can't decide. You can't obviously go against that. So we obviously are excited, but for me, man, it's an instance of like you want the fans in the stand singing Bruno, Bruno, Bruno. You know what I mean? I don't know. They probably were worked on a song that had something to do with Bruno and Pogba. You understand what I'm saying? But it just is what it is, man.
You
Shut
know,
up, man.
Kaya, to answer you, I don't think they were able to see them at their peak, Bruno and Pogba, because the time it's more like they from preseason. I was like preseason. The time they hit peak, the season will be over again because it's about 9 games now. So and they're gonna be played in a short space of like time, like in a month and a half. They're playing all the games. There will be like 4 games in a day or so. So you understand the time Pogba and Bruno get momentum again, it will be over. So they could have just
But
waited for preseason next season, gave the league to Liverpool, or finish the league the way it is. But it would be unfair on Man United because you guys were having momentum. You could have gotten top four.
and
So
most importantly, Chelsea have to play Liverpool. You understand? They have to play Liverpool. They have to play. Who else do they have to play? They they
they
they
played
have, they have
City.
Wolves. No, they have to play Wolves.
But even that, I mean, Chelsea's going to play Liverpool, but it's not the Liverpool that came through and dominated the league. The break has affected everybody. I'm not expecting people to come back and
My
be
man,
as solid
my
as
man,
they were.
my man. Listen, you said the break has affected everybody. So if you are at 100% and the break affects you now, and you go to 60%, if you are at 50% and the break affects you, you go to 20%. So that's not going to change.
Not
You understand what I'm saying?
necessarily. If
That's
you
a way
work
of
nights,
looking at it,
some
eh?
players might have been bad, and the break would have helped them to get their stuff back together, and they come back performing.
How Kante can't even play now because obviously he's got a heart condition and he's not going to risk his life for coronavirus. So it's a tough one to call. Chelsea. Okay, Kaya, in your capacity, I'm going to ask you: do you honestly think Chelsea can beat Liverpool?
Hey, bro, coming back, it's possible. Because
Yes or no?
for
Yes or
me,
no?
it also
No, no,
depends
no, no, no.
when does Liverpool play Chelsea. If Liverpool plays Chelsea and Liverpool's already won the league, they might have nothing. Klopp might decide I'm gonna win youngsters, and
Klopp is
you
not
never.
that kind of guy. Why? They're already out of the Champions League. Why would he do that?
Because
They're
they've
out of the
won the
Champions
league.
League. But they're out of the Champions League. They want to set records. Do you understand what I'm saying? Klopp
Yep.
is not that kind of guy, bro. He's not that kind of guy. This guy is ruthless, bro. And he's not gonna stand in, he's not gonna sit there and imagine as a Liverpool supporter, you've already won, but you're gonna let Chelsea run all over you. They won't. If it was somebody else, it's something different. You understand? If it's a Wolves or something, not even a Wolves, like a Southampton or something, let's say, okay, maybe we can tweak the team a bit. But because it's still a pride match. I mean, this is a big club in England playing. So you do you really think if let's say Real Madrid has won the league already, do you think come time for you guys to play Atletico or Barcelona, you guys would put in a B team? You'd never.
Not necessarily, but maybe one or two youngsters. You know what I mean?
Yes, one
And
or
we
two, but not the entire
Yes.
team.
team is just a starting 11. So you tweak one or two youngsters, that might just be enough.
Kaya, don't forget one thing: everybody will be rested now, so they won't need to rest any player. So everybody
Yeah,
will want
why?
to play and prepare.
That's another
And
point. That's another
and
point.
another thing, Kaya, you should remember. What is it this point I wanted to say? Oh crap!
You can't win
I
the
forget.
invincible season anymore,
No.
bro.
Oh yes. Another thing. There's two things that can happen once Liverpool win the league. Once they win the league, they can go back to football that they played 2 seasons ago. The free-flowing football, just for fun, to experiment. You understand? Because the pressure is not there. Meaning they can be more ruthless or they can relax. But I doubt Klopp will allow them to relax. He's not that
No, he
type
doesn't,
of coach.
bro. He's a
He's
serial.
not that
Like
type
that guy's
of
a
coach.
serial. Yeah, he's a serial
He's
winner. Like you can see it in his face. Like
so you understand, and this is where Klopp will use this to experiment and try winning formulas for next season, because it will be the best time to try it in real life matches.
That's
So
the
there's
thing.
times
You
I'm
see, when you're trying
no,
those
no,
things,
no,
that's when
no,
you
no, no,
let the
not try. I'm saying, but Kaya, did you watch Liverpool of 2 seasons ago when they were free flowing? That team was free flowing, destroying teams. This new Liverpool, it's the one that is more defensive. That's what I'm saying. The freedom they get can be dangerous, and I'm saying that because Chelsea's team is not. It's got a lot of youngsters. It's a lot of, and once those experienced players of mine start pulling them apart, can be another thing. That's what I'm saying. Chelsea can win if Liverpool are still trying to win the league. Because the time I play Chelsea and I haven't won the league, the pressure will be on Liverpool.
But now it's just a problem. You guys think Chelsea's gonna lose to Liverpool and Man U's gonna win everything else?
no, we are not saying that.
We're not saying that.
We are saying that Chelsea has more difficult fixtures than Man United. Do you understand?
Yes.
They still have to play Wolves, who have a possible, who also have a chance of playing in the top. Wolves. Do you watch the EPL? You can't say Wolves.
No,
you watch
I was
the
just
EPL.
gonna I was just gonna say, Wolves' stamina might have gone off with the break, bruh.
Then why? Okay, but you see what you say. What all the stuff that you say, man. All the stuff you say. They could also happen to Chelsea. If you're gonna say a team could be tired from or whatever. And besides, I think the what you're saying is irrelevant because let me tell you why. It's almost transfer season. Players want to prove themselves. Do you understand?
Yes.
Liverpool are linked to a lot of high-profile players. Do you understand? So players don't want to sit it out because you might just fall down the picking order if, let's say, you are arrested in a high-profile match like Chelsea versus Liverpool. Do you understand? They linked to Timo Werner. They linked to Kai Havertz. They linked to Koulibaly. There's a lot of people that are linked to that team. So nobody's gonna want to sit back and say that, you know what, we've won. It's cool. I'm just gonna relax. Do you understand? Because Look, think about it. If Liverpool signed Timo Werner, what's going to happen to Firmino? Let's be realistic about it. What happens to Bobby Firmino? If Liverpool signed Timo Werner, what's Kai Havertz? What's going to happen to the likes of
Ronaldo?
Jorginho, Georgie Ronaldo? What's going to happen to those guys? Do you understand?
To Keita still needs to prove himself.
You understand? It's a very tricky situation.
Ox still needs to prove himself.
You understand? It's a very tricky. So you can't just say that because they won the league they're gonna relax. Even those players the relaxed players like Ox and Wijnaldum, because we consider them as let Liverpool switch their style of play a bit. Do you understand? So what happens to those players? And I'm not saying that Man United are gonna win. I'm just saying that from if you look at a fixture point of view. From a fixture point of view, Chelsea have more difficult matches. And I'm not saying Man United are going to win all of this. But at the same time, I can't say Chelsea are going to win all of this. I can't say, Wolves are going to win all of this. I can't also say that Leicester is going to win all of this. Or Man City. Arsenal might just be, okay, I'm reaching. I almost said Arsenal might be.
Kai, can I ask you one question? So, Kai, can I ask you a question? Since everybody is pre-season, they've all been off games for 2 months. They're all equal at the beginning now. If you have to rate the top 4 teams, I'm going to give you teams. Liverpool, City, Man United, Chelsea. With the way everybody's starting equally now, because this is equal. They're starting at the same time. Nobody was able to train during lockdown or something. So this is an equal start. If you have to say who will be better prepared out of those top 4, can you rate them for me? Quality-wise and everything, who will be the rate? Like, that's what I'm asking now. Since everybody started, so to you now, if you think if you have to rate them 1, 2, and 3, and 4, who do you think will be able to win at least 3 or 4 games in a row out of all those teams?
For me, I honestly think. Let me answer your question this way. You're practically asking me if we take the next 9 games, who's going to be the top 4?
No, I'm saying out of the top 4 teams. Out of the 4 teams I gave you. Out of the 4 teams that I gave you, who do you think will be better prepared or can play consistently? Out of the ones that I gave you, it will answer your question.
I'd probably give it to Man City.
Second,
Liverpool.
You see how fat You see how fat Kevin De Bruyne is, bro? You really gonna give it to Man City?
No,
He's like even a guy.
you know why I'm
So
still
third,
it's
so
not even
third,
out of anything else. It's just the fact that naturally they are ballers, talented ballers. So right now, fitnesses might be bad for every single one. So your normal natural ball skill might be what pushes you than anything else.
that I
Like,
agree with you.
who's not going to be able to maintain the intensity that they play with for 90 minutes now, which means there's going to be gaps open. You understand? So hence why I'm saying for it, at just based on natural skill, this is like a five-a-side of a bunch of guys who quit playing football forever. The natural skill trumps the fitness at the end of it. That's why I would say Man City.
No,
Kai,
second-
Kai, if I put it,
I have to disagree with that.
Kai, if I have to put it to you that out of Liverpool, the second best team for pressing is City. Will you agree?
Bruh, that's defensive, but bowling,
I'm talking about intensity pressing, like City press, and then when
That's
they
why
get the
I'm
ball,
saying-
they ball.
That's why I'm saying to you is that it's not going to be on who's going to press the best, because you can press as best as you can, but you will not have the intensity for a good 90 minutes to do that. So it's going to end to your normal ball skills, your mental capacity to play football, more thinking game, your more technical players are going to outbeat the team tactics. That's my.
I fully agree. So between Liverpool and Chelsea, who's better technically prepared?
Chelsea has got nothing.
He baited you, right? Hey, he baited you. He laid it right there. Man. No, he baited you, right? Like he let you build it, man. He let you build it, only to take you there. But he's like, see, now we done now.
Now we're done. We agree. No, guys, the pen. What are you guys talking about City, the pen? What's happening?
I mean, it's a tricky one considering the fact that they still need to appeal, you know, and with all the dates that have been shifted and because they are banned right now as we sit, Man City are not allowed to play in the Champions. Yes, right now
Next
as we
season.
sit, yes, they're not allowed to. You understand?
Yes.
So the thing is that they have to appeal it. You understand? So they have been banned. They were given a ban, but then they need to appeal. So they need to be given a date to appeal it. But then it's become very tricky with all the days that have been shifted around, and you know what I mean? With UEFA itself not knowing, you understand how the Champions League is going to look anyway. So City are confident that they will win the appeal, because that's obviously it's their website. They will write that. You understand what I'm saying? They will write that we are confident. Nobody's ever going to say that. Yeah, I think we're going to lose, Chief. Nobody ever says that. You understand? Because they don't want to rattle investors. Firstly, they also don't want to rattle the players themselves, because Raheem Sterling refused to sign a contract. Kevin De Bruyne refused to sign a contract. Do you understand? So there's a lot of uncertainty there that's going on. Because Kevin De Bruyne was like, okay, but if they're gonna get banned for, you know what I mean? The guy's 30. Do you understand? He's 30 years old. He can't wait for 2 more years to come back to a team that obviously the EPL would have changed by that time, and the Champions League intensity would have changed, and it will limit them from getting superstars the way they used to, because they just go in the market and they buy superstars. You know what I mean? They buy homemade. They don't brew anything. They buy homemade. So it's going to be a new territory for them. So a lot of these guys are obviously aware of that, and so they kind of like because Raheem Sterling obviously he wants to win the Champions League. Kevin De Bruyne wants to win the Champions League. Like, you can't be one of the best middle fielders in the world. That guy's literally the best middle fielder in the world right now. Understand? And he's not playing in the Champions League. It'll be very weird. You understand? It's very, very weird. So it's a tricky situation for them.
And I agree with you. You know, if you don't win the Champions League, at least win the World Cup. You know, because the league is not enough. Like I'm going to use Steven Gerrard didn't win the league, but he's respected because he's won the Champions League. I'm not saying something. I said respected. I'm talking that. Guys, don't get me twisted. There's other players that. What I'm saying, I agree with you. Winning the Champions League gives you that status. You understand? Puts you on that level. Ronaldo, the fact Ronaldo won the World Cup, he didn't win the Champions League, but he was respected.
Are you sure?
The fact Ronaldo, Ronaldo's never won the Champions League. Google it.
Has never.
Yes, no, he's never.
He's never. That's how much you people will think he has won it. He's never. You know, because he's won the World Cup.
World Cup.
And how good he is there, he's been respected. Henry hasn't won the Champions League, but he's won the. Has he won Champions League with Barcelona?
Yes, he did. He did.
Henry.
Against Man United. He was in that team against Man United.
Oh, okay. You see, now he had to go win it. That's why he's respected. But he won the World Cup as well. So you either have to win one of those to be respected. And I agree with you. Kevin needs to win Champions League.
He's 30 years old, right? That guy's turning 30 in a couple of weeks. So
but either way, bro, I think for me, the Man City plan is not going to stop them from getting top-notch players, because the money is at the end of the day, and yeah, maybe your Sterling will leave, but they'll likely replace them. For me, the money is too much. I mean, you're going to get top-notch players going to Newcastle for money. You got top-notch players going to.
But Kaya.
No, guys.
Kaya, listen. Kaya, listen. You know what I have to say about that. Those guys are not top-notch. Those guys are rejects. Those are guys that teams don't want them anymore. You're talking about Gareth Bales. You're talking about players that the teams are. Shaqiri. Shaqiri knows that he doesn't have a future in Liverpool. It's not top-notch players. It's those players that know that they're close to retiring and they want to secure the bag. And that's exact. And the PSG's first model was that they got David Beckham, they got Ronaldinho, players that were close to retirement in order for them to be able to build, to start bringing in superstars. So
for the same, getting Robinho and all that.
Yes,
remember, they couldn't
and then eventually they were starting to get young, hot players because they started having an impact in the Champions League. Yes. It's gonna go downhill, bro. I guarantee you. You will like a lot of teams can afford. Don't you think Real Madrid can afford to pay Kevin De Bruyne? Wouldn't you want to see Kevin De Bruyne at Real Madrid?
You got Fede. You
got who? You got Fede. Barcelona would take him. You know what I mean? Barcelona would take him. PSG can take him. They've got a lot of money. PSG can take him. So I think.
So